Hello and welcome everybody that is here. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I wanted to introduce myself as a Monticello guitar guy. I am the founder of the Rising Phoenix Foundation. That does not mean I'm the focal point. It takes a foundation to run it. I have made mention about running for Minnesota governor, and I mean it wholeheartedly. I believe it's written everywhere around me that I'm supposed to get in there. Why? Because I'm a disruption to the system. I know exactly how to make it right. The math adds up to me. They don't even know that I'm coming. But so far, I'm going to share with you how my day went. I've spoken to a prosecutor. I've spoken to a judge. I've spoken to law enforcement. I've spoken to neighbors. I've been in the cities, and I've spoken to people in Minneapolis, North Minneapolis. I have been through the state of Minnesota just in a brief amount of time. And I can say that my message is clear. When they see beyond the messenger, when they stop looking at things to judge me on, and they listen to the things I have to say, it makes sense. That's why this system, that's why social media, that's why the government, and sometimes you get them negative people that try to be that barricade to stop you, tell you the what ifs. What if you fail? What if you fall on your face? What if you're exposed? What do they have to expose on me? Nothing. I own who I am. Good and bad. Light and dark. The reason I choose light is because I knew dark at a very young age. 5 years old, first time I was introduced to dark. But I didn't use it as something to padding my falling, because life didn't get easier from there. Now this may sound like a story that all of y'all could tell, and that's the whole point. I'm not you, but I'm you. Does that make sense? Because if not, then it should by the end of this video. Even though I've lived the life that you have, and I could claim it sitting right here in this chair, it doesn't make me any more worthy or less. I did not ask to be put on this rock that is in this thing they call a galaxy. But the minute your feet hit the ground, you're born into a debt. And they use that debt to control you. I've seen this. I am not some cult to get into, because I don't wish ill upon nobody. I wish wisdom and knowledge even upon my enemies. Why are they my enemies? Because they're more about being in the dark than they are about trying to be in the light. And some of them, they advertise light, but deep down inside they are dark as it gets. And there's a lot of them. And we don't have to know their names, because it's the majority of them that's in there. When they sit and they talk about how if those names are released, it would collapse a system, but yet they're going to keep them people in the system. What does that say about our system? What does it say? How many times does it take? People being exposed that never even come forward. Personal data being released. My state alone. Fraudulent. Feed the children. Yeah, that's a hell of a title, ain't it? Way to get the heartstrings going. That's where the money was supposed to go. Where did it go? Somalia, somewhere else, backing up somebody else? Fatten up somebody else's pockets? Because it's all facts. It's all facts. It's all backed up facts. We talk about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I stand behind this, I stand behind that. How many times do you say, let me put my money where the mouth is? How many times do you say, just give me the opportunity and let me show you? And how many times do you get told, no, it's not right for you? It's everywhere around me. I know they don't want me in there. Some people say, and it's sad that I can say this, I could be Charlie Kirk, right? Because of my beliefs, because of where I stand on things. What happens to anybody that ever tries to talk about being together? They get shot, eliminated, disappeared, or unalived, whatever the hell they call it these days. Politically correct? I am not. They try to sugarcoat shit, censor you from shit. You're gonna learn from somewhere. Why not learn the education behind it? You learn the education behind it, then you got the knowledge behind it, you know not to further it if it's something bad, right? Because if something hurts you and you want to go out and you want to hurt somebody with that same kind of hurt, damn, that's masochistic. That's deep. That's somebody that doesn't want to internalize. You don't want the finger looking inward, you want it looking outward. You're the one doing this. When I tell you that I have faced my demons, I told you I was born into my life, abandonment, abuse. 7 to 14, everyone said I wasn't going to do the army thing because it wasn't for me. I'd wind up in the brig. Someone would tell me what to do and I wouldn't like it. Because they swore I had a problem with authority. No, I have a problem with bullshit. I have a problem with tyrants. I have a problem with crooked people who play favoritism. They don't do it based off your performance or what you can do or how you can back it up. It's on favoritism. It always has been. Celebrities being able to buy their kids a degree out of a college. Are you kidding me? You can buy your degree out of a college now and it's a prestigious college? But we got to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and our next of kin just to say we came from that college. And if you fail a class, guess what? If it's not what you was majoring in, it'll still take you out of that college. All that money. You done wasting. Don't get to finish your education, and that was your heart, and you was acing at it, right? Kicking ass at it, but them other classes took you out. That hurts. You should thrive in that. Why? Because you want to thrive in that. That helps other people. That helps yourself. You should be able to go into that. You should be able to go. What should stop you? You want to further education. That improves things. Why put a price so high on it that you have to give up so much for it? When the benefit is all over the place. That's hindrance. Any kind of message that tells you to stop, don't do it, don't go forward, don't learn about it, don't get the knowledge, don't succeed, don't advance. That's the wrong message. Rising Phoenix. Look at the title. There's an Easter egg in there. There isn't a single letter that is the letter F. It's PH. Why is that? All the F's are given out. We don't have no more to give. We're fighting. Rising Phoenix? Phoenix. What is that? Mystical creature, right? Rise from the ashes. That final rise, I'm telling you, that bird is the most beautiful in the world. It has all the knowledge that it had when it went down, and it comes up fighting. And it sets a fire. And it doesn't diminish and it doesn't destroy, it reforges. I have a fire in me to do this. This ain't no game and this ain't no show. I will walk this life. I done told God, if you show me the path, I'll walk it. I'll walk it. Somehow, some way, I'll walk it. Don't take me there. If I ask for a chocolate cake, give me the ingredients. I'll make that shit. My lineage has paid their way through World War I, World War II, Korean War. You want to get into mysticisms? Psh, put the numbers together. And I'm not kidding. Especially, this is 250 years from the Independence War. 250 years, 1776, 1976, bicentennial year, 2026. Do the math. I'm going to be 50 years old this year. I'm going to be 50 years old this year. Okay? 1776. My great-grandfather goes off to World War I, dies, comes back because of the deals in the trenches and the cold over here, shovels a neighbor's walk, tells his wife he's going to sleep and never wakes up. Frozen lungs, he dies. He has a son, a junior to him, born on the 4th of July, 1919. He goes off to World War II, Korean War. Comes back. 1974 comes up. He's talking to my father. We're rolling up on 1976. That's 200 years from 1776. My dad agrees. And they look in the kitchen and my mom and my grandma are getting along and they know something's up because that doesn't happen. Grandma can't stand mom. You'll understand. You'll understand. Mom wanted to name me Damien despite my grandmother. She wanted to name me Damien despite my grandmother, okay? My grandfather tells my father, he says, son, you're going to have a son one day. My dad says, yeah, one day I'd like to. I'd like to. He says, no, you're gonna. 9 pounds, 1 ounce, 21 inches long, darker features. He's going to be that kid. And I'm not going to be here to see him. Dad says, whatever. You don't believe me, the recording's on the channel. It's about an hour long. Sorry, you got to sit through it, but it's facts. He told my father he was going to have me. This is in 1974, talking about 1776 and 1976 being 200 years. I turned 50 this year, October 18th, 1976. My grandfather died October 15th, 1975, and was buried October 18th, 1975. I was born 1 year later, within the hour that he was buried. That's called a continuance. When it's in the stars, when it's in your hands, when it's in the numbers, when it aligns, when everything lines up, that's how this happens. And you either have supporters or you have doubters. The supporters are going to make sure that the message gets across. It's going to go out because it doesn't matter the messenger. The message is what matters. The message is what matters. How do you make a difference? You get in the system and you make a difference. They can't buy me. My soul's not for sale. You can't impress me with money. I'm driven by reason and purpose. That's facts. Here at the Rising Phoenix, guess what? I'm telling your story. But this is what happens with drive and motivation that's gone through the military, served its community, and is tired of seeing people get stepped on and shit on and not heard. Or nothing be done about it. I've got lineage behind me. I've got military service behind me. I got community service behind me, and I'm going on 50 years old. Guess what the requirements are to be governor? Lieutenant governor has to run with you on one ticket. Jay, you'll never get nobody to run with you, lieutenant governor. What if I said he's my second cousin on my mom's side? What if I said his first name is the same as mine, just arranged differently? I'm Jason, he's Jonas. He just turned 25, I'm turning 50. I'm a bicentennial baby. I'm not just the year of the dragon, I'm the year of the fire dragon. I'm a Libra. My palmistry says I'm a double Phoenix. If you want to know, you can look it up or you can look through the channel because it explains everything. But everything about me is written and everything about me is recorded. I ain't trying to say I'm nothing special. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody out here. Because here's the thing about becoming governor. That gives me a choice. I can take a pay cut, right? Because Walls has been doing it. You know what my pay cut is? 76%. We call it the bicentennial pay cut. That's what we call it. Why? I was born in 76. I'm 50 years old this year. That's something fresh and something new. I don't need all the money he makes. It's set to be $200,000. You cut that by 76%, that's somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000 a year. And you know what? I'll come down to Minneapolis and I'll be your neighbor. How about that? How about when I get my paper, I look at you and I say, hey neighbor, how's it going? You having a good day today? Taxes are pinching you? Well, why don't we do something about that? Because I'm living amongst you, not higher than you. They call me trailer trash, right? I'm in a trailer. But if I'm trailer trash and you're what's good out there, then I'll take trailer trash proudly. Am I here to disrupt the system? Fuck yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I am an empath, and I do read energy, and I do believe, and I know what happens if you get enough to believe. There's enough books about it. There's enough proof about it. It's in our lineage, and it's in our history. This is 50 years old, 250 years from independence. They ran from this shit, and they're still controlling us with it. Call this my shadow candidacy. Call this my grassroots. The only other one to do it and win was Jesse Ventura. Did he turn out the greatest? Maybe not, but he damn sure got in by the votes. I don't need money. You can't buy my soul because I already promised it to God, so in my afterlife, I would exchange that to chase the devil for the rest of my eternal life, whooping his ass. That's what I said. Now look in my eyes. You're going to see weather and you're going to see life. Anybody who can see eyes, you're going to see my soul. You can make jokes about it, but my soul is deep. I'm an old soul. I have wisdom beyond my years. That doesn't make me smarter nor wiser. It doesn't make me no better. So again, just like I've told everybody I run into, check out my videos. Not for popularity, check it out. Because if the message hits you, that's your message to share it. It's not the messenger, it's the message. I'm going to run for governor. If I don't win this time, even if I get the smallest amount of percentage, I think it's like 3 to 5%. If I get 3 to 5%, guess what? Then the next race, I get more time for you to get to know me. And I will come door to door and meet every single one of you. And if you're a smoker, we're going to sit and have a smoke and a conversation. If you're spiritual, we're going to get deep on it because I get deep on it. Being a fireman, when I came up to a scene, I didn't give a shit about what color you were. I didn't give a shit about what your sexual orientation was. I didn't give a shit about what your political standing was. I didn't give a shit who you voted for. And I didn't give a shit what you had to live for because I was going to save your ass. That's what this country was once founded on. I'm just saying. We're rising phoenixes for a reason. We've seen the fire and we've risen. And it's absolutely possible. Mark this on your calendar. May 19th, June 2nd. Because that's how much time I have. Maybe one of the things I do when I get that money is fix my grill. That'll be great. Then I'll be able to eat right. If I'd have had insurance, it would have been fixed a long time ago back when I was pipelining. Sometimes other things are more important. And you just ain't got that kind of health insurance all the time. I used to be afraid of it. It used to embarrass me. I don't care anymore. It can be fixed. It's a physical thing. I can get a dentist fix that shit. My soul's good. My heart's good. My direction is good. And you ain't got to believe me, but if you do, I can promise you it's going to make a difference. That's what I can promise you. My grandfather once said, you're a man of your word, you stick to that. Promises you might break, but your word you never break. All I'm going to say is get me in there and watch. I bet you I stick to my word. Don't be afraid of me failing. Be afraid I succeed and I disrupt everything. Y'all take care and God